Iran's president says a deal with the West over his country's nuclear program is possible before the November deadline. But senior correspondent Eric Shawn tells us from the United Nations, Iran's relationship with the U.S. and its allies remains adversarial.
He represents a country that the U.S. State Department says is still the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism, that ships missiles to Hamas, funds Hezbollah, and spreads Islamic fundamentalism throughout the globe. But in his address to the United Nations General Assembly, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani blamed turmoil in the Middle East on everything else but Iran. He said blunders by the West created the extremism that is now sowing chaos.
Today again I shall warn against the spread of extremism and the danger posed by the inadequate understanding and incorrect approach to this phenomenon. The Middle East longs for development and is weary of war.
Rouhani called the coalition airstrikes in Syria and Iraq a strategic mistake. On his country's disputed nuclear program, Rouhani said he thinks there will be an agreement by the November 24th deadline set by Iran and the 6 world powers. And he again vowed Iran would not give up what he says is its right to enrich uranium, despite 6 United Nations Security Council resolutions against that.
We are committed to continue our peaceful nuclear program, including enrichment, and to enjoy our full nuclear rights on Iranian soil within the framework of international law.
As he spoke, Iranian opponents held their annual noisy rally outside the United Nations, slamming Rouhani's appearance.
The Iranian regime has been the epicenter of exporting terrorism to the rest of the region. Their brand of extremist Islam is what has plagued the region ever since the mullahs came to power in Iran 35 years ago. So for him to blame others for what we see in the region, in my view, is outrageous.
Well, at this hour, Secretary of State John Kerry is holding meetings with his Iranian counterpart, Foreign Minister Javad Zarif, on the nuclear issue. This as the Israeli government claims Iran conducted secret nuclear detonation tests at the Parchin military complex. Iran has not let UN inspectors into Parchin. Brett?
Eric Shawn live at the United Nations. Eric, thank you. A rough